Hey guys, my name is Coach Wilfredo, and here am I today with Theo, and we're going to be doing a tennis lesson today. Hi Theo, how are you doing today?
Not too bad, Coach Wilfredo.
What did you do today?
I woke up.
That's awesome. He is glad and ready to start playing tennis today. Now for this first drill, we're not going to use our rackets. So let's put our rackets down to the side. So now we're going to start with just one tennis ball. And our job is to side shuffle along the doubles and singles sideline all the way to the net and shuffle back while tossing each other the ball back and forth as we shuffle back. Do you understand what we're doing today? Could you repeat?
Shuffling down, back and forth, side shuffling, tossing the ball back and forth.
Awesome. Let's get started. Here we go. Ooh, close one there. All right, now we're gonna make this a little bit challenging. We're gonna add 2 tennis balls. We're gonna throw them to each other as we're shuffling back and forth. You ready? Ready, go. So now we're gonna just add, or just change it up. We're back to just one ball. So we're gonna side shuffle back and forth, bouncing it to each other, but only one time. Ready? Now we're going to make it challenging by adding a second ball, bouncing it to each other one time as we're shuffling back and forth. Here we go. Alright, now we're going to move on to the short court progression of this drill. Alright, now we are on our short court progression of this drill. So, Theo and I here are going to be using our continental grip, and our boundaries are only the short court portion of the tennis court, which is just the service boxes. Now, as you can see, we have a stack of pyramid balls, 2 stacks per side. Our job is to, as we rally, we're going to aim for the pyramid balls and make them splatter. When we do that, that is worth 5 steps. So, if one of us hits the stack of pyramid balls, we both take the pyramid and then we definitely move 5 steps back. Also, while in our rallies, if we get to 10, we move it 1 step back. Now, if we restart again and we get a rally of 20, we move it 2 steps back. Then, if we get 30 in a row, we move it 3 steps back, so on and so forth. You ready? Here we go. mentioned that just with our continental grip, we are now going to use our ground strokes. So it is very important for us to use our forehand grip. So for me, I use Eastern, but for Theo, I think he uses semi-Western for your forehand grip. And then for your backhand grip as well, using continental grip, that's what they use. So yeah, using your forehand and backhand grip, being able to switch between. And most importantly, we're keeping a short, compact swing. You do not want to bring the racket so far back for forehand and backhand side as we're just keeping it within the bounds of the single focus. Now here, our goals are still the same. Knocking down the pyramids and our target scores to get 10, 1 step back, 20, 2 steps back, and 30, 3 steps back, and so forth. Our main goal here is still to knock down pyramids using ground strokes. Here we go. We're going to move on to the transition part of the game. So, we're going to be working on the forehand and then forehand approach shot coming up to the net for volleys. So, the most important thing here is that Theo has to change his grip from semi-Western and Western to continental when he comes at the net. So, what Theo is going to be doing is as I feed him the ball, he's going to come back and give me an approach shot. He's going to approach the net for 2 volleys. 1 volley, 2 volley, and then after that, he returns back to his position here at the service line. As he comes back, then it is my turn to form an approach shot, come in for 1 volley, and 2 volley, and then revert back as he feeds back the ball and the cycle starts all over again. You understand what we're doing? You need a quick demonstration? Well, I'm going to show you a quick demonstration anyway. So, essentially, if I'm feeding it from there, the ball is going to fetch to there. Starts all over again. Alright. You ready to get started? Here we go. part of our transition drill. I'm gonna set a timer for you, Theo. 2 minutes. Our job is to get at least a 20 ball rally in those 2 minutes. So the rally starts when I feed the ball and Theo has his first approach shot. That'll be the start of the rally. So as Theo hits that first approach shot, that's one ball. Now the key things. In order to make it easier for us to rally back and forth, Theo must try to aim for his second volley to be somewhere in the mid-region of the service box so that I can come back in and approach back to him, or vice versa when I volley to him, my volleys have to be near the center of the box so that we can easily return it back on the approach shot so we can keep continuing the cycle to do 20 rallies in a row. You ready? Here we go. So now we are going to move on to the baseline portion of this transition drill. So Theo, I'm going to ask you this. What was the one thing I asked you to focus on throughout this whole transition drill? Theo says, I've been trying to focus on his grip. So now, when you were doing your forehand, what grip were you using? What do you use for your forehand? Instant grip. Okay. So as it comes in, what grip are you going to choose for your volley? Okay. Now, the trick question. For overheads, what grips do you use? Okay. So for overheads, volleys, and even serves, we still use our continental grip. So, Theo's job is I'm going to feed him an approach forehand ball. He's going to come in to the volley at the service line, and then once he's inside the service line, so after that volley, he's going to finish with the overhead. So, what are we doing today? So, what's the first thing we're going to do? Okay, and then where are you going to perform your volley? At the service line, yeah. And then your overheads, where are you going to perform it? Inside the service box. Okay, so the key thing here, Theo, is I want to see as you're coming in for your approach shot, when you come to the net, as you're going in, getting set up for your volley, at the service line, be in ready position the whole time. Let's say I'm going to give you that forehand ball, right? Come in. You're in ready position. You can make sure you're continental grip. Because the easiest way to find a continental grip is that if we bring our racket in front of us like this, we should not be able to see any of the strings of the racket. So it will help us. Come in, boom. It makes it easy. Back and out of front. That's a continental. So after you perform that remember to sideways with your hand. Sounds good? All right, let's get started. done on that baseline transition drill. What do you think went well in that drill?
Let's see. Grip?
What grip were you using primarily?
Continental.
Did it help that you were split stepping so that you were able to get ready for those volleys? Okay. What else worked well?
My front shots.
Okay. What about your approach shots? What were you doing to make them more consistent?
Jumping forward, moving forward.
Okay. So moving forward, you mentioned moving forward. So bringing that momentum forward for the approach and volley as well. And even for that overhead, bringing everything forward down into the court. Did it also help that you were in continental grip or while you were in ready position as you were performing the volley? Awesome. All right. So for this last drill, we're going to be playing a game. Okay? So this game consists of approach shots and volleys. For now, you're only going to be using just the half portion of course. I will be feeding a ball to you, and then you will have to perform an approach shot, and then coming into the net for volleys, and then we play out the point from there. So now, we're playing to 7, but here's the catch. These points are weighted, so if Theo here, if you perform a volley, forehand volley, backhand volley, and it's a clean winner, that's 2 points. But if I catch you hitting that volley, anything without a, not a continental grip, so let's say you forgot to switch grips on either side, that's still just 1 point. Or if it's not a clean winner and I get to the ball, it's only just 1 point. So volley clean winner with continental grip, that's 2 points. Any questions? Now, quick clarification. Theo has to approach. So the first ball that I feed him cannot be a drop shot. So he has to approach with a top spin ball and the feet to the court. And also, the ball that he feeds back to me after my first feed, I cannot lob him. I must perform a regular ground stroke that's head, chest level high. Okay, ready to get started with the game? Here we go. All right, Theo, you ready? Playing the 7. Here we go. Go. 1-0. Hey, here we go. Approach. Whoa. I think that ball is going out. 2-0. Ready. Approach shot 2. Whoa. Ready. 3-0. Come on, Theo. Whoa. Oh, great approach. We can redo that one. Let's redo. Give me a nice approach ball. Okay, 1-5. Alright, that's 2 flies now. Here we go. Approach. Come in. was a blast. So Theo, what do you think went well there?
I think once I started being more consistent on my approach shots,
Okay.
we were actually able to get a rally.
Okay. So define consistency. Where should we aim primarily our approach shots?
Well, just anywhere in.
Okay, that's right. But for me, my goal for your approach shots, they gotta be still aggressive but consistent at the same time. So they can't just be a regular ball that you just return back. So it was good that a lot of your approach shots were aggressive and they were going deep in the court with some little bit more power than usual when you just perform a regular rally ball. How about your volleys? How do you feel about your volleys?
Somewhat decent. I feel like my backhand volleys are a little weak.
Where did you notice most of your backhands went?
Down.
And why is that?
Keeps getting clicked on the tip of my racket.
Okay. The thing that I noticed is a little bit is you kind of slice down on the volley. We're a bit more on the backhand side, but also some on the forehand. So we want to make sure our backhand volleys and forehand volleys, we want to go through the ball instead of slicing down on it. Or else our volleys will come short into the court and it may pop up, giving our opponent a little bit of time to hit us back with a more aggressive shot. Our volleys, especially after we transition to an approach to the volley, we want to keep all of these shots deep, making it harder for our opponent so we can remove time away from them, making a finishing shot, whether that's an overhead or another volley, much easier. All right, overall, well done, Theo. I shall see you next week. Great stuff, bud. All right.